Running a travel business can be overwhelming, but imagine if there was a single tool that helped you look professional, stay organized, was easy to use, and affordable. That's just what Travify does. Travify gives you the essential tools you need to look like a travel biz pro. Travify is the most trusted system used by over 30,000 travel brands worldwide. So get started with a system that helps you get back to the joy of planning travel and run your travel business like a pro with Travify.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth Lynn, your systems and delegation coach, and I love getting to help travel advisors go from overwhelmed to being in control CEOs. I have a bunch of free resources for you as you go through Prep for Wave Week. You can scan the QR code or text the number below. I want to send you a couple really awesome things that are going to help you not be overwhelmed when the wave hits.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm not sure if this is your first or your last session, but we are on marketing day, day 3 at Prep for Wave Week. If you're new around here, my name is Rita M. Perez. I'm the host of the Strategic Travel Entrepreneur podcast, and I'm also host of Prep for Wave Week. We are gearing up to give you a whole lot less panic and a whole lot more planning so that you go into 2026 more level-headed, more clear, and not so much overwhelmed when you're thinking about wave season or anything else that might come in 2026. So we're going to be talking about marketing to the luxury traveler from one of my LinkedIn friends. We've met through LinkedIn. We've connected through a couple other ways too. If you were at the Biz Huddle this year, you probably met him. His name is Belvin Baldwin, the second of Showtime Travel. So welcome to Prep for Wave Week, Belvin.
Well, thank you for having me, Rita. It's a pleasure. I know you're doing a lot for the travel advisor industry, and I just want to give you kudos as well. A lot of information, a lot of great training that have
Thank
helped
you.
many advisors succeed. I listen as well to your podcast, and I'm happy to be on.
Thank you. Thank you. And you also are one of the hosts or the co-host of the Biz Huddle podcast too, right?
Yes, Teresa and myself. Yes, we we
Nice.
we host a Biz Huddle podcast, and it's great because we just want to reach out to a few advisors. Well, a lot of advisors out there who are looking to just scale and grow their business.
Hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I had extreme FOMO, not that I do a lot of the on the advising side now, but you guys had such amazing speakers at this year's Biz Huddle that I was like, I've got to be there next year.
Yes,
So
it was an
kudos on the
amazing
great
time.
event. Yeah, great. So for those that don't know you, how did you kind of fall into the travel industry? And really, as you focus on the luxury traveler, like what kind of like fuels your desire to build your business?
Well, I fell into the luxury travel industry by wow, just it was a mistake, a
No way.
circumstance. So I let me tell you a quick story. I tried to design a vacation before I was really in the industry.
Mhm.
I tried to design a vacation by myself. It was my wedding anniversary, and I
Nice.
tell you, I went through online and I checked a lot of things out, and I just knew this was going to be perfect.
Uh-huh.
I looked at the reviews, I looked at the pictures, I did everything. And when we got there, it was bad. It was bad.
Oh
It was
no.
so bad that my wife had to sleep on top of the covers. So the next day,
Oh no.
I was on vacation planning. And when I learned that, I was like, we have to make we have to make a change.
Mhm.
And I was, doing some research while I'm on vacation. And I found out that I knew a person in the industry, and she made 2 or 3 calls, and next thing you know, we're in a beautiful hotel, nice suite, car service comes up, and we didn't even lose our money from the other hotel.
Oh,
So
good.
I said, "Oh, wow, I have to learn this side of the business." And
Uh-huh.
that's when I really started getting into the travel industry, the luxury travel industry, and learned that, hey, I need to be that contact for those busy professionals who were just like me because I know it's
Mhm.
a lot of them out there.
Yeah. Yeah, which is really great segue into I know luxury travel can mean different things to different people. So when you define luxury travel to you and to your clientele, especially when you're talking about busy professionals, what does that mean?
Yeah, so when we talk about luxury travel, especially with my company, Showtime Travel, we have three criteria. Number one, it has to be exclusive. So
Mhm.
you have to have exclusivity. You're not there with the general public. You're not being toured around like you're a herd of cows. You know, I see
Mhm.
some of these tours, and the guy has the big flag up, and they're all
Yeah.
just following around. No, that's not it. Next, customization. We personalize and customize the vacation around your goals
Mhm.
as a traveler. So it's some things some of our travelers want to see a lot of different activities when they hit a destination. May see they may want to see two or three things and just relax and have a lot of downtime.
Mhm.
We customize it especially for you. And last, high quality. And high quality
Yeah.
is from the accommodations to the transfers to even the thread count on the bed sheets. We want everything to be high quality so you can
Yeah.
feel great about it.
Yeah, I love where you mentioned that it's not the big tour groups with the big flags around. Because I feel like to some people that might be a luxury, but that's not necessarily the luxury travel that you cater to, which is also interesting because I feel like sometimes when people are trying to market to a luxury traveler, they're not doing it the right way to kind of the pillars that you were kind of saying, like that exclusivity, the custom. So what else do you see? Because I see like people are still selling deals and they think that that's going to attract a luxury clientele and that's not. So what are you seeing that travel advisors who are trying to market to a luxury traveler, what are they getting wrong on your end?
Yes, when you're trying to, I mean, deals are good for a specific type of traveler if you're looking for
Mhm.
the budget traveler. But as a travel advisor, we are here to solve problems. And that's what I
Mhm.
tell a lot of
Oh,
people.
yeah.
It's not about really selling a deal. It's pretty much having a solution to a problem. And that's what the luxury travel advisor is looking for. They're looking for a solution. So where can I go that's exclusive that but I want to go to this destination and I want to have a personal shopper or something. I want to
Mhm.
experience something that uh, the general public does not see. Maybe I want to drive. I'm in Italy. I want to drive a Lamborghini. You know, something to that nature. Now, people think, "Oh my gosh, they must have gobs and gobs of money to do all." You do have to have discretionary income. That's no, there's no going around that.
Right.
But
Right.
you do not have to be a billionaire to take a luxury vacation. You do,
Right.
because it's almost like something that people can plan for. It is a style that
Hmm.
you have people who really don't are not millionaires or not even 100,000 years, but they take luxury vacations because they
Yeah.
plan for them. And
Yeah.
just like you know, some of the people who buy the highest fashion brands are not not always a have the highest of salaries. So
Right.
it's just something that you strive for and something that you plan for. And I think a lot of travel advisors who try to sell and market to the luxury travel, the problem is they try to market out of their own pockets.
Hmm.
And that is a big mistake when you're trying to market to someone thinking, oh, that must be too high, or you have to really state what's the limit. You have to have them state what the limit, not I don't want you to think for them.
Hmm.
So those are some things that I think that sometimes um, are challenges with travel advisors who are trying to really market to the luxury clients.
Yeah. Yeah. I love when you mentioned too that the luxury traveler necessarily isn't the one that has like all this wealth because it makes me think of all the big concerts that are coming around. I mean, the week that we are recording, Taylor Swift has recently announced
Yeah.
that she has that big album, and it's not typically wealthy people that are going out and buying her albums. It's regular people, but they're putting a lot into savings for this one thing that they truly desire. And so when we're thinking about that, that makes me just think about the types of luxury travel or that you cater to. Like, where are you finding them? Because I know you're super active on LinkedIn. You're also super active with video marketing. So are they finding you through those avenues, or are you also meeting them in real life at different events?
It's so many different ways. I try to put my hand in all the different buckets. So
Uh-huh.
yes, you'll see me under on LinkedIn, Belvin Baldwin II. You'll see me on there, but I actually do a newsletter called Luxury Travel You, where I
Yeah.
really try to talk to the busy professional. I target the busy professional who's
Mm-hmm.
looking for a luxury vacation. And most of
Yeah.
the time they come to me because they're looking for the vacation is important to them. They're looking for maybe it's their milestone birthday, maybe it's their anniversary, or they're taking a retreat. So they know that this is very important. They have to really make it count. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when they come to a travel advisor because they're already busy with their work. They don't have time to plan. So you'll see that. Another thing, I mean, I'm on YouTube. So on under YouTube, it's Showtime Travel.
Yeah.
We do a lot of videos when it comes to just showing what luxury travel can be.
Yeah.
We were just at we went to Island and British Virgin Islands, and Richard Branson has the house, the homes there, and you'll get to see that, but a variety of different other things. For example, the rooftop pools in Dubai. Driving. We have a safari getaway showing a lot of people the different styles of safaris. So you get to see some of those videos, gives you inspiration as well. So we
Mm-hmm.
put, we work with that. But I tell you a big secret that a lot of people don't understand is it's still simple networking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And personally go out and I will, go to different events and network. And the thing is, you have to have a kind of a to go pitch. You're not really trying to sell a networking event. You're really
Yeah.
just showcasing the problem that you solve. So when somebody comes to me and they ask what I do, I basically say I design luxury vacations for busy professionals. So all they have to do is show up and enjoy. Oh, and it just starts the conversation from there. So
Yeah.
it's not that you're trying to push. I never, I go to a variety of networking events and you could tell person talks to you, they're trying to sell you something,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's a big turnoff.
Yeah.
What you want to do is just tell people what problem that you solve,
Mm-hmm.
even if they're not in the market for you, they know someone who may be. And
Boom.
that's the major the major point there is to really just show I solve this problem. What problem do you solve? And you have to be genuine and ask them the same thing and see if you
Right.
guys can help each other out.
Yes, I love that. Those are all points I love talking on because it's not just for you. And this, I think I recently posted something about this, like stop selling in your social media posts. Like you
Right.
can sell without being upright sales. Like you don't have to say like, if you'd like to book your next safari trip, contact me. Like stop doing that. It's not working not in person, but also not on social posts either. It's not working for you.
Yes, I get so tired when I see somebody putting a
Oh,
supplier's
yes.
numbers on their social media. Let the supplier do that. You're
Yeah,
basically just showing what problems you solve. And
right.
believe me, once you show the problems that you solve and give these people inspiration and motivation to contact you, then you can just pick whatever supplier fits for that particular problem.
Hmm.
So you're not an OTA. You're a luxury travel or you're a travel advisor. You don't even have to be
Yes.
you're an advisor. So people need to come to you because they're coming to you for advice when it comes to travel. So if you're just always trying to sell the lowest thing, you're going to get the lowest amount of how can I say
Right.
it, the lowest amount of income or return because you're dwindling down. It's a fight to the bottom
Yeah.
and you really want to find those people who who value you and value the service that you bring.
Yeah, I really love talking about red flags and green flags. So I want to kind of like turn this into like the networking events that you go to. When you're looking for events in your local area, what would you say is like a green or a red flag that like, yes, this is an event that I want to go to, or no, I'm definitely staying away from these types of events?
Uh, any type of, I would say the green flag for me is when you're looking that they're going to have some of the higher income people there. For example, uh, doctors convention, or maybe
Ooh.
a your chambers event, or maybe a fundraiser
Hmm.
at a golfing or a country club or something like that. Or for me, I'm a part of a variety of different organizations. So you can, you may go to they have one I go to is like a sales networking or MBA networking event. Those type of events you can find possibly those type of clientels. The
Hmm.
things that I don't go to usually that are red flag is when anything that has the word networking in it already, they're really
Yeah,
not networking. And
love
everybody's
that.
trying to go in and kind of sell themselves.
Right.
And I'm in Atlanta, you get a whole bunch of, oh yeah, we're just gonna come in and we're gonna network. When it has to be an event where networking just comes naturally.
Uh-huh.
So when I hear the word networking, that usually turns is a red flag for me. So it's almost as like when somebody tells you, "Oh, I have a business." Well, tell me about the business. No, you have to get on the phone first and listen to this.
Yeah.
Listen to this guy tell me about the business. No, that's a red flag for me. So I kind of stay away for those things.
I was like, I wish I had like a red flag to like wave because
Right.
that's such great advice because yeah, I feel like that's something that kind of kept me from networking for so long is like you're just nervous that you're gonna get sold to the whole time. And I'm like, I don't need another this or that. Like, how can we collaborate? How can we work together? Do you know anybody? I might know somebody for you. It's not just a me thing, it's how can I also help you out when it comes to networking?
Exactly. That's what networking is all about. It's give and take.
Yeah. Yeah. I also love how you position like what you're doing is solving a problem and you provide solutions. It's not selling travel. Selling travel is the avenue that you solve a solution, but that's not necessarily because I say that because you have so many really great posts, but also LinkedIn newsletters where you are selling, but you're not selling at all because you're speaking to those pain points. So, talking about like, I think you did something about why professionals need to use their vacation time every year or something to that effect. So, can you speak on sometimes like what inspires you to write some of the articles that you do and like from what angle? Do you do it in? Because I know like that's a very hard piece for a lot of travel advisors is that like what content should they be writing on? So what kind of inspires you with your clients?
So you have to look at when I talk about problems and we're providing solutions, we have to look at the pain points that your avatar, and that's your ideal customer, would
Mm-hmm.
be. So when I would look at busy professionals, I know their time is valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to really market to saving them time and providing the value once they do go on that vacation, that they're going to meet their vacation goals. So
Mm-hmm.
they usually have a lot things to do at work, and then you have family. You have a lot of different things outside of that. They want to take this vacation, but they don't have the time to plan it. And the last thing they want to do is go on a vacation and have a bad time and then go back to work when they were supposed to reset and
Oh my
recharge.
gosh.
So
Yes.
it is so important for us to get this right. Now, if you're only transactional, and that's people who only just put up the $200 cruise and things like that. Hey, it's okay if that's your vibe. But if it's only transactional, that means you're not bringing enough value. Therefore, if somebody finds it for 199, they're going to leave you.
Hmm.
So you have to make sure that you feel that you're providing enough value to your clients, so they see more than just money. They see you as a solution, and I
Right.
can't push them enough that you have to be that solution to the pain that they're feeling. And
Hmm.
when you get to the pain, that's asking open-ended questions when you meet the person.
Hmm.
Why are
Yeah.
you going on this vacation? What are your vacation goals when you go here? Why did you pick that destination? What
Hmm.
are you supposed to get out of this vacation? Okay, so
Right.
you have to really dig deep to know those pain points so you can provide that solution for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's, I feel like, reflective of a lot of the content that you put out there. Would you say that you're meeting a lot of people through some of this content that you have out there on LinkedIn or even on YouTube? Are people like biting onto or at least making inquiries with you?
Yes, you'll definitely get inquiries, but the funny thing about it is, especially on LinkedIn, as it's two different crowds. First of all,
Uh-huh.
my YouTube crowd is different from the LinkedIn. I look at the analytics; it's two different sides.
Yeah.
But my LinkedIn people, if you're on LinkedIn, you have to understand that the LinkedIn has more net worth than any other social media platform. And it's
Hmm.
a lot of decision makers there too.
Yeah.
But they're very secretive as well,
Okay.
because on LinkedIn, they do not once you click like on something, everybody kind of sees it in your news feed.
Right.
So so you'll have somebody who will follow you for years, and when they're ready to make a decision, they probably have never liked or comment or anything
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
your post. So you have to handle it a lot differently, and especially like with YouTube. YouTube is starting to change now, where a lot of your subscribers are really not seeing your videos. The people who are seeing your videos are the people who are looking for a specific type of search on
Okay.
YouTube. So, for example, we did a video with, I was in Italy when Mount Etna exploded, the volcano.
Right.
Now, I looked at my analytics. 90% of the people who saw that video were not following me. And that's the case for most of our videos. So you
Hmm.
have to really you're making videos, but the people who are looking for it are not your subscribers, but the great thing about it is they're searching for that type of video. Now it's up to you to really close it. So once they do find that video, they may say, okay, I may want to listen and look at more. I may, because you're going to automatically be in their feed, and hopefully they'll want more of your content.
Right. You mentioned Mount Etna, so I am going to make the secret word Etna for this presentation. So I'm
All
like,
right.
let's get our secret word out for today. But I love
And
how you
that's
mentioned,
ETNA, not
yes, yes, thank you.
I don't want people spelling it wrong.
Thank you. And I love how you mentioned that YouTube, you're finding, is more like a search engine for you. Would you say that's kind of how you use YouTube and LinkedIn almost together? Is that YouTube is how they find you and LinkedIn is how they kind of connect with you? Or is it a little bit different in your stance?
It's you get a little bit of both.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell your audience a secret that I learned. If you're not, LinkedIn newsletters are actually adding to the Google search.
Yeah.
So if somebody's putting in, if you have the right title, the right SEO, you're going to end up on the Google search for
Yeah.
your LinkedIn. And if you know YouTube is owned by Google. So when somebody does a search, your videos will show up. So you
Yeah.
really you can work both of them to really get that organic search.
Yeah. I'm like, you kind of segued into talking about AI a little bit because I know that's just a big topic in general, but I feel like that's huge. What you were saying is you need to have, or using LinkedIn newsletters kind of bumps up your atmosphere when it comes to Google, because I feel like it can also help with AEO, artificial search engine optimization as well, because that's a huge thing that's coming along. And if you're putting like those certain keywords, AI is looking for answers. So if you have answers in those articles, it's going to pull those into its search results too.
Right, and it's funny you say that, Rita. We just had a conversation, I had a conversation with some of our social media people on adding it's the new world. So the
Yeah,
regular Google search is not the same anymore. So you
right,
really have to make sure that your content is optimized for AI, for the AI search.
right.
So a lot of that now, especially when you're doing your like for example, my articles and things like that, you have to really optimize it, and you also wanna do is have a call to action on there. So
Yeah.
for our call to action is basically book a consultation, or if you wanna go, or if you wanna put them into a funnel or things of that nature. So you wanna make sure that you have a call to action. Now your AI, you wanna be a subject matter expert. That's what AI is looking for. So if
Hmm.
you're a subject matter expert, you will start getting into the AI optimization. But in order for you to be a subject matter expert, you're going to have to write content, and you're going to have to make sure that you're putting
Yeah.
that content out there, because if you're doing this behind the scenes, you're not, it's great you're doing it behind the scenes. You may have a community behind the scenes, but you're not going to get that organic search when somebody's looking to have a problem solved for them, and especially if they're looking over the internet and trying to find a
Boom.
solution for that problem.
100%. This makes me start thinking like I feel people might have questions like, well, how much content am I supposed to put out there? Or how often should I be going to meet people? So I just want to give them like a tactical example. Like, do you have a certain goal in mind every single month that I need to be at a networking event at least once a month? Or I need to be putting out a new piece of content weekly? Like, what are some of your tangible goals?
So when it comes to the content, I usually try to put a newsletter out once a week.
Okay.
Now that doesn't have to be the case for everybody. If you're learning how to use AI, you can come up with some different titles, and especially really, you really have to learn more about your client base. What are they looking for? Because if you're just putting content that doesn't relate to your base, it's worthless. So you
Yeah.
really have to kind of start interviewing your clients and understand what are their needs, what are their wants, and then try to design content around those things.
Mhm.
As far as networking, I'm in the metro city of Atlanta. So you have, if you're a part of different organizations, I would say put yourself out there.
Mhm.
Maybe go to your chamber, maybe go to, some of these organizations. Maybe it's a accounting organization, or
Yeah.
a business organization. Start putting yourself out there, shaking hands. Fundraisers, just like I said before, a big thing. Go to your city, and look at some of their different programs as well. And you just get out there and network. I know it used to be some things like the BNI and Rotary Club. But the only thing about those though, and because we're all in the travel industry, I know they want you to be there every once a week. And if you're not there, you're going to get, penalized.
Yeah.
That's why I could never join one of those. But
Yeah.
there are alternatives that you can do,
Mhm.
where the whole goal is you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
Yeah.
And you just go out there and look, and just let people know that you're out there looking for that. And I'm pretty sure you're going to find some great organizations to be a part of.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you also mentioned too about Rotary because I'm actually in a Rotary chapter, and that is one of the hardest things is that there's weekly meetings, but there's kind of like two alternatives. So something that my chapter did because like we're always so active outside of Rotary is that we just meet two times a month. So it kind of like cuts back the weekly.
Okay.
But then also, Rotary is starting to do this thing like they're almost like satellite organizations called impact clubs, where you might only meet like once a month. And like the big thing is that you just want to be involved in your community. Like you want to be involved if there's community service projects and meeting up with people in your community. And so I feel like that's way more tangible. Like it's easier to be part of an impact club also.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to present that option because I feel like in this day and age too, we have to have different options that are not the weekly every meeting attend.
Yeah, it could be monotonous. So you want to make sure that you're a part of it's all about community. So,
Yeah.
find the community that's a right fit for you, but you have to go out to find it. I
Yeah.
mean, you can do some research online as well, but go to a few meetings. Even if you don't join, you kind of get an understanding of what you like and what you dislike, so you can find the right fit for you. I'm actually a part of a fraternity, but I started,
Nice.
you just don't just join a fraternity. So
Right.
but I did it during my undergrad years in college. And I take, now it's a global fraternity. So I'm able to go to a variety of different chapters and things of that nature. We have
Mhm.
a local chapter here that we do a lot of work with. Volunteering is a big thing as well.
Yeah.
Make sure you just volunteer. I mean, school is starting. Be around people who are giving school bags away, school supplies, and everything. Start just doing community service, and
Yeah.
that will open the doors with.
I love that idea. And I love you mentioned also the professional organizations, so like sales organizations, accounting, HR, doctors. With fall season kind of coming up too, are you a big like events, host a booth at a convention type person, or are you more let's meet and talk within like the conference halls type person?
You know what? I've not done the host an event type thing, but
Okay.
I'm open to it, but I
Okay.
have not done one. I know some of our colleagues who are in the destination wedding, uh, you
Oh,
know,
huge.
portion. They do events all the now. I am to it. I am, looking into different things, but I would say just be strategic and see best fit for you.
Mhm.
Our chamber does allow happen, but I want to make sure that I have the right clientele first.
Right.
You don't want to put a lot of money up if you're not going to be in front of the right people.
Right. I that is a huge part because I know all the like HOAs and the schools are going to have so many different events that are happening, but are those the right events? It may be like more of these professional organizations, or maybe you go to like those family festivals, but maybe in more wealthier areas of the city than just regular mom and pop shops to get the right type of clientele for these types of trips.
Yeah, and that's definitely a key. We don't want you wasting your time nor wasting your money.
Yeah.
So you want to be around people who value service. I always say I want to be around people who outsource
Yeah.
something. I mean, one of on my inquiry form is what have you outsourced? Do you a service that you
I love
outsource? Do you
that.
have you have someone that mows your lawn? That's an outsource, Uh,
Mhm.
I just want to know what service do you pay on a weekly basis? And or do you do everything yourself? Because if you do everything yourself, it's hard sometimes people to use a travel advisor. Not saying they don't, but
Mhm.
it usually comes with a challenge because they're always doing their sales. I mean, they even change their own gas. I mean, change their own oil. I'm
Yeah.
very, I'm these are gone are the days where you don't pump your gas anymore. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
that, if you got a person that's changing their oil all the time and cutting their grass and and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying you got to find someone who values their time,
Mhm.
and they also outsource some type of service activity.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a huge, huge bonus tip that I feel like more people should be utilizing is who are other people utilizing to make their lives easier. I feel like we could keep on chatting for a while, but let's go ahead and wrap this up. Belvin, thank you so much for being here for one. And for two, I know that there's a couple things that you have coming up your sleeve to help support travel advisors. So I'd love for you to share those too.
Yes. So first of all, thank you, Rita, for allowing me to give some of the information out there. And if somebody wants to connect with me, just look me up on LinkedIn under Belvin. That's Belvin, B as in boy, ELV as in Victor, IN. So Belvin Baldwin the second. Also, if you can help out, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's Showtime Travel. Once again, that YouTube channel is Showtime Travel. Some things also, I've made tons and tons of mistakes, and I don't want anybody to go through the things that I have. So I kind of
Mhm.
made a simple course, but very, very effective for you. And it's called How to Make Serious Money as a Travel Advisor. And I wish somebody would have told me this a long time ago because I would have been farther along. And I
Mhm.
know that this is for people who not only who are new, but people who've been in the industry for a while, but not getting to the level they want to be. And
Mhm.
so it's called How to Make Serious Money as a Travel Advisor. I think I'm going to put the link in, and it's special for your gift. The first five, I'm giving you $100 off coupon. So all I
Ooh.
need you to do the first 25. That's FIRST 25 25 FIRST 25. Put that in the promo code, and because you listen to this podcast, you're going to get $100 off.
Nice.
So I hope that helps somebody. I know it would. I wish I had. So it's going to be a great, and it's all video. You're going to be seeing my face, just learning, and we're also giving you some freebies as well. So
Awesome.
it will make it a great worksheet and some great tools that you can use. That's going to really, I feel, increase your bottom line.
Awesome. I mean, this conversation was like a really great starter. So that really does sound like a no-brainer. So yes, everything will be linked below if you're interested in trying that out, Travel Advisor. Also, don't forget that we have our amazing swag bag filled with some amazing offers for your business. And then the virtual trade show with with some of our great partners for the event that you can check out. Maybe you'll find a new business booster here or there. But thank you again, Belvin. This was a lot of fun, and I loved talking green flags, red flags, and all the unique marketing that you do for your business as a luxury advisor.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. See you next time, everybody. Bye.